Hey guys, Hillary Smith back to talk to you about what it looks like to be a coach and a stay at home mom. And for me, I always think first and foremost, I am a stay at home mom. My kids are my priority. It's why I do what I do. It's why I work so hard, is so that I can stay home with my 1 year old and be there for my older kids. I mean, they're in school most of the time, but I am there right when they get home. I'm there in the morning. I'm there when they're sick. And I never ever have to sacrifice that. So for me, first and foremost, I am a stay at home mom. When I first signed up to coach, I was really struggling. I kind of talked about this a little bit earlier when I was talking about relationships, but I felt really isolated. I was home. I had a brand new baby. I was struggling with depression. I don't know if it was just like hormones or, I don't know. I felt like not myself. I felt so lost and so just lonely and just desperate for something. And at the same time, my husband had taken this brand new job and we were really excited about it. It meant better hours for him. He would be home earlier. He was getting home at like 8:30, 9:30 at night. And we had taken on foster care and we had kiddos, 4 kids of our own. And I was just worn out. And I needed him home in the evenings to help me out. And so he took this new job, and it's something that he loved, and we were super excited. But what we didn't realize is that it meant a bigger pay cut than we knew. There were some things with medical insurance and, all those things that can happen, and just some unexpected expenses. We just felt like a lot of things got thrown at us all at once. And so we were like sitting down, looking at our finances, trying to figure out how we were going to fill those gaps. And they weren't huge, but it was just enough that we weren't going to be able to pay for everything. Like our budget wasn't working. We were in the red. And so at the same time, I had already started thinking about becoming a coach. And the first thing that attracted me was that I just wanted to be inspired again. I wanted to have passion and purpose apart from just being a mom. And not that I don't mean like just being a mom, but I know a lot of you ladies know what I'm talking about, that I just wanted something a little bit more. I didn't just want to sit by and not be able to help my family. I could see the burden on my husband and I wanted to help, but I didn't want to go back to work. I had done that for 3 or 4 years. I worked outside the home and it was exhausting, and I felt like so many things slipped through the cracks with my kids. They were older and I felt like I wasn't there for homework and projects, and I had to work when they had school activities, and I was working all of the weekends, and I missed, games and so much that I wasn't willing to do that. That was the sacrifice I was not willing to make. So for me, as a stay-at-home mom, I wanted to be able to provide for our family, and I wanted to also find, renewed purpose for myself. And so I found that in the coaching opportunity. And one thing I love is that I never ever have to compromise or sacrifice my family. They come first. And there's days where they kind of eyeball me because I'm on my phone, like, Mom, what are you doing? I'm trying to ask you a question. And so I'm always learning and trying to figure out that balance. But at any time, I can put my phone down. I can walk away. I can put my business aside and I can say, what do you need right now? Let's go to the park. Let's take the weekend. Let's go do whatever it is that we need to do. We have a big family emergency. I'm there. My kids are sick. I am there. Um, you know, whatever you name it, I'm there. And I can adjust my schedule to fit my family. I'm not having to make my job, you know, fit my family. I make my family fit my job. You know what I'm trying to say. I think I said that backwards, but you know what I'm trying to say. My family is always a priority. And so, as a stay at home mom, I am able to build my business in, nap times. I can use that time to check in with the things I need to do. I get up early and I get my workout done. And I'm checking in then. I also use, times after bed and, just those little mom cracks of life in the car while you're sitting there for like 30 minutes in the pickup line. You could be scrolling Facebook or you could be building a business that supports your family. And so for me, because my family is a priority and because going back to work is not an option for me, I made it work. I found the time, throughout the day. Whenever there was a moment that I could, step away and I could, work on building my business, I did. And so for the last 8, 9 months, I have been a coach and I have been able to support my family through some rough times. Um, I've been able to fill those gaps. And I've never ever felt like I had to sacrifice, my family. And I know I keep saying that, but it's just so important. It's why I do what I do. And, we also do foster care. So I kind of have that perspective too. And I love that, when we get a new placement and it's crazy and we're getting to know them and we're all overwhelmed, I can, take a little time and say, hey, this is important right now. We're going to make this work for our family. And then and then I'll pick up more with my business now. And I never like just set it aside completely. I just kind of pull back a little bit and I might just, take some time during the day or I make sure I adjust my hours. So, one of my greatest passions is I love, talking about what it looks like to be a stay-at-home mom and be a coach. So if there's something that I missed and maybe you have a question about that I didn't cover, I would love for you to comment below and let me know what that question is, and then I will answer it. So yeah, go ahead and post away and I will answer.